Hello and welcome. My name is Helen and welcome to my channel. I'm coming to you from the west coast of Scotland, Glasgow to be precise. A very cold Glasgow. It's desperately trying to snow here and I'm sure it will tonight. It's Sunday the 7th of February. It's been a wee while since I've podcast. Quite a wee while. I had intended to do one long before this, but life gets in the way. I hope you're all doing well. We here in Scotland, in Britain in fact, are in yet another lockdown. Think till March at least. We think till March at least. Hopefully not be any longer than that, but well, we'll have to see. But we made it through last year and we made it through January and we're making it through February so far, so good. So, I have to look at my notes here. I'm blind as a bat. Okay, so what's been happening? Well, I ended up in hospital on Christmas Day, believe it or not. I had gone to my daughter's as arranged for Christmas dinner. There was only the four of us. Their son and his partner lived with her. And my son, who's on his own, was with me at the time. And I'd been in quite a wee bit of pain for a couple of days before it, with this cracked rib that they'd discovered. I had a cracked rib. Blimey. So anyway, just before Christmas dinner, the pain was really bad, and it got so bad I could not even breathing was causing me pain. So my daughter said, right, you need to go to hospital. So my granddaughter took me up to the hospital. She couldn't come in with me, of course, because of the COVID. I went in and they did blood tests and they did a heart trace. And they did this and they did that. And I'm saying, please just give me an x-ray. I think this rib's broken and it's piercing something. So eventually I got an x-ray. And when I got back, the doctor had said to me, well, we've got some good news for you, Mrs. Reid. He says, your x-rays have shown that the fluid that was in your lung has now gone. Your bloods are good, your airways are fine. He says, and your x-ray compared to the last one that you had that your doctor ordered is actually quite good. He says, unfortunately, he says, your rib is badly cracked and that's going to take a long time to mend. So they gave me a couple of strong painkillers and I got home that night. But even trying to lie down and sleep, and I was completely exhausted. I couldn't sleep. It was impossible to sleep. So as soon as my doctor's surgery opened, I called her and I explained to her. So she prescribed me some, I think it was dihydrocodeine, just for a week. Only for a week. She says you can have them for a week. And they helped a bit. But I've been in the kind of doldrums occasionally over the whole lockdown thing since way back last year. You know what it's like. You get to that, you lose your mojo and you can't be annoyed knitting or doing anything. But I really wanted to knit and I couldn't, and it was really getting me down. But it was decided, the family decided that because my son lives on his own, that he would stay with me to look after me, because I literally was not able to do anything. It was impossible. So, but I was getting so down. And my daughter said to me, Mum, can you not try a wee bit of knitting? But the pain just with using the knitting needles. So my daughter in America, Jackie, who's a crafter, she says, Mum, why don't you try crochet? So that's what I did. I did a wee bit of crochet. And that kind of like spurred me on, you know, to do a wee bit. And then I came up with a plan. I'm great at coming up with plans. There's an old Scottish saying, the best laid plans of mice and men gang after gley, which means the best intentions very seldom ever happen. But anyway, I come up with this plan. I wasn't going to buy any more yarn. That was a definite. I wasn't going to buy any more yarn. Because my stash is just ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous, and I wasn't using it up. Whenever I wanted to do anything, I just bought more yarn. So I decided, right, I'm going to really start using the stash up. So I thought, right, I've got hundreds of baby wool and loads of double knitting wool, oddballs, you know what I mean? I didn't have enough any one colour to do any big project. So I thought, right, I'm going to do 4 squares, 4 crochet squares of baby wool in the morning, then 4 squares of double knitting wool in the morning, and then if I do 3 squares of my grandson's Lego blanket, that takes up my morning, and then in the afternoon I'll do a wee bit of cross stitch. Well, that was my plan, and then at night I was going to try knit. But then I remembered that I had a baby order. It had came in just before Christmas for a layette. I went, oh my goodness, and I had ordered the wool. The wool was in the cupboard. So I got the wool out. That was a struggle, but I eventually managed to do 2 or 3 wee cardigans and a couple of hats, and then I thought, I had yarn left, and I says, I'll do a wee blanket, I'll crochet a wee blanket. But anyway, I was almost halfway through crocheting this blanket, and I went, I'm going to run out of yarn. I'm going to have to order more of this blue, and it was blue and white. It's colours I don't normally use. So I ordered more blue and white yarn. So that was my first order of wool that I wasn't going to order. So I ordered that. And then it turned out that I actually did have enough yarn. I managed to finish the blanket, and it was bigger than what I had hoped, and I still had yarn left over. So the yarn that was coming, I didn't know what I was going to use it for. So that was fine. And then Julie from So Unique, just lately, she has decided to stop selling yarn in her shop. Excuse me while I have a wee sip of tea, I'm quite thirsty. She had decided to stop selling yarn in her shop and just go sell material and stock yarn maybe. So she was having a sale, so I went on there and I forgot to bring it in. But I had got I'd ordered some drifter wool from her. I ordered enough to knit myself a cardigan or a jumper or something. So that was my second order of wool. And then I was on the Zoom meeting with my Happy Hookers group, and Carol, the brains of the outfit, had came up with this picture. I think I've got it here. Yeah. Let me see, just turn this back here. It's let me see what it's called. It's called the Scandinavian Winter Knit Along. I don't know if you can see that very good. But it's a blanket, and it's knitted in squares, and there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 balls of yarn. So we decided, or Carol suggested, and the rest of us went along with it, that as a group we would do this as a knit along. So that wool was ordered. So by this time I just gave up. I went, what the heck. And then today I've got so many minis. I went, I'm going to have a go at doing this. I don't need to rush it. I can just take my time with it, doing this Battenberg that Cherry Hart did. Sharif Cherry Hart. She did the Battenberg blanket, and it's absolutely gorgeous. But I didn't have any plain sock wool. It was all like, you know, variegated and tonal. So I thought, well, I'm going to have to get some plain wool to go in between the squares. So that was ordered today. So I've been very naughty. I really have. All my guilty pleasures. It's really ridiculous. But, well, you have to be kind to yourself, don't you? You really do have to be kind to yourself. So that was all my purchases that I wasn't going to make. So all my guilty pleasures. But I'm sure that they'll all get used up. So what else have I been up to? Not a lot, as I said, but I mean, I have been this past week and a half. I have been actually working and stuff. Can't show you the baby lay yet because that's already been sent, and the baby has been born, a wee boy. He's lovely. So what else have I been up to? Right, let me see. Let's just take these bags out of here and see what we're doing here. What's this? This is in one of my Lowlander bags. I got many moons ago. This is the winter light shawl. Now I discovered this shawl when I was watching MC Knit Adventures there in Canada, and she had done it, and it was lovely. And I think I've showed you this before, probably have, and I haven't done a great deal yet, but I've done this much at least. So I want to get working in that because I want to get it finished, and I know that at least 3 of the Happy Hookers have already done this. Just recently they have already done this. And then this is my, I don't think I've showed you this. This was one of my ideas to use up my minis, and this is my minis for last year. I think I did show you it, but I've done a wee bit more since then. It's my wee scrappy blanket. And these are all using minis that I got from Lowlander last year. It's going to take a while because it's quite thin, and I haven't actually worked in that for a wee while, so I maybe need to get back to that. What else have we got? My goodness me, I've got that many whips, it's unbelievable. Oh, this is one that I want to do. Now, I did a podcast, I think, just after the Edinburgh Yarn Festival. Oh, long time ago now. What was it? 2019? Beginning of 2019? Yeah, I think it was. Excuse me, I've got hair in my eye. 2019, and I had bought this pattern for this cowl. And I remember saying at the time, the pattern was £7. Now, I don't mind paying for patterns because, you know, people are designing them and it's a business and things. But, you know, you've got this, and then you've got, let me see, wait a minute, I think I've turned a page too much. Then you've got this, and you've got there's about 5 pages in here just for her wearing this shawl, and there's about 2 pages of pattern. And for me that's just a waste. I bought the pattern so I didn't complain, but had that been a digital download, I don't think I would have been happy with that, simply because I'm not very good at just telling the printer I just want this page or that page. But anyway, I'm going to do it in this yarn, and this is Stellina. It's from Cookston Crafts, which they're Scottish based. It's a 4-ply fingering, 75% superwash merino and 20% nylon and 5% Stellina. Absolutely love it. And I'm going to hold it together with Drops Kid Silk. I don't think it's just got colourway 07. So I'm going to hold these two together and do that with that. I haven't actually started it yet, so that's in my plan. That is part of my plan, but, well, I've already told you about the plan, haven't I? So anyway, let's get this stuff out of here. Here is the 12, I've done 12 squares, baby squares. Oops, try and hold them this way. 12 baby squares. You'll notice the absence of the double knitting squares because I haven't done any of them yet. So let's put that back there. Oh, in there. There they go. And I have done quite a few. Let's see. Quite a few of the wee Lego blocks for my grandson's Lego blanket. Now the mistake that I made with these is this is going to take me longer simply because I never read the pattern right, and I ordered the yarn for it, and I ordered double knitting, and it should have been done in Aran weight, so excuse me. So that might take me a wee while, and then I'm just Right, let's see what else we have here. Something in here. What is this one? This is another whip. Oh, this is my Soft Sunday. And that's by Suvi Samola. Now, I think that might be a free pattern in Ravelry. I'm not sure, you need to check that out. There's a wee colour scheme theme going on here with my yarn. So I've done quite a wee bit of this. Oops, everything's falling. I'm sitting in the bed today, by the way. I'm in a new location. I hope it works out better. Yep, hold on a minute. So I've done quite a wee bit of this Soft Sunday. And in fact, there's not really an awful lot more to do because it isn't a very big shawl. It's quite a small shawl. I like my shawls a bit big, so I'm going to try and work out, it's lovely and soft, that yarn. I'm going to try and work out how I can make it a wee bit bigger, you know, just because I do like my shawls a bit bigger. What else have I got? Oh, I've got my socks here. I've been doing some socks. I've got both socks. Somewhere, it's in here somewhere. Here we go. Both the socks. I've turned the heel on both the socks. So they just need, I just need the gussets done. I'm all fingers and thumbs here today. Let's get this other one out. This is the first one, and it's just, I've just turned the heel. So this is done in Peyton's Croy. I love this yarn, I really do. I've got another 2 balls of that Jackie sent me, so I'm dying to get them knitted up. So the both of them are ready for the gusset. Then I'll be on to the foot, and then I'll be up and running. Now, on the subject of socks, and I must see if I'm telling you everything. Yes, I think I have. Yes, yes, and yes. On the subject of socks, and on the subject of dyeing yarn, the other guilty pleasure that I gave to myself was I bought this knit in a box. It's a club, a monthly club. I wouldn't buy it every month, but I bought this because it was socks. And I'll try and see if I can, let me see inside with everything falling out. So you get 2 balls of yarn. I got some chocolatey sweets which I've gone. I got a book, DPNs, and 2 knitting patterns. And this yarn is this is King Cole Zigzag. Now I've never used this before, but apparently it is self-striping. It's, wait till you hear the colourway, 0783247. Oh no, the colour's khaki. And it is 75% superwash wool, 25% nylon. There's 460 yards in that. That's a lot. That is a lot. So I might get a pair of normal socks and a pair of shorty socks out of that. So I really like that. It's really lovely. But they gave you a couple of patterns with it. Let's get them out. And one is for Serenity Socks by Sarah Tomlinson Designs. So that you got the sock pattern, and then you got the King Cole sock, hat and wrist warmers pattern. So I mean it was good value for money. It really was good value for money. But as I said, I wouldn't buy it every month because no, every month would be something I would want to knit. So the other thing was I had ordered last year, before I said I wasn't ordering any more yarn, I had ordered some, I've left that in the room, in the living room as well, some King Cole marble yarn to knit myself a jacket. Now this is the jacket that I'm knitting, but I'm not doing the pattern bits. I don't know if you can see that for the light. I'm not doing the pattern bits. I just like the construction of it. And that's the kind of jacket that I wanted, just something that would just lie. So this is how much, whoops, on a triangle. This is how much I've got done of that, and it's knitting up lovely. It really is knitting up lovely. I just love the way it's coming out. So, and I only started that just the other day. So I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay with my knitting. I have to put it down every now and again because I do tend to start getting really sore. I'm having a wee look at my notes because I'm completely lost now. Yeah, but I think that's about all of it. I got some lovely, I won a prize from Helen Duffin at Sprite 966. A wee bag of minis, a project bag, and a lovely necklet thing that had a wee locket on it. When you opened it up, it had stitch markers in it. And I'm really sorry, I apologise, Helen, I forgot to bring it in to show. But I was quite excited that I won a prize. It was really lovely. And then I had some yarn gifted to me from one of my friends in the Happy Hookers Club. She sent me a lovely skein of Stellina yarn. And so many minis. And I had my mini swap at Christmas. I got a lovely project bag with that on day 25. And a skein of yarn. So what I'm trying to do now is, because I've got so many project bags that are in the drawer, and I want to try and get patterns for, for one skein things like shawls, hats or whatever, for 4-ply, and then match them up with wool and then get them in the project bag so that I know, well, that's ready to start and get the needles in there as well. I've just ordered myself a couple of pairs of fixed circulars, Chiagu fixed circulars that I was kind of short. Well, I wanted one with longer wires because my wires weren't very long, and I was going to order the connectors, but the last time I did that I ordered the wrong ones, so I says I'll just get the fixed circulars. So, and I'm quite happy with them, I'm quite pleased with them. But one of the things I was watching was Hawthorne Cottage, and she was talking about, well, she did a podcast just solely on needles, on all the needles that she had. But one of the things she did in a previous podcast she had said was, I think it was at the start of the year, was planned projects. And she says, we all collect knitting books, knitting magazines and things, and they sit on our coffee table or they sit on our shelf. And so what she said she was planning to do was to get them out and choose a thing for each book to do throughout the year, so that, you're using the patterns and that, which I thought it was a really good idea. It really, really was a good idea. She's come up with quite a few good ideas. She also did, she took 12 skeins of her own yarn, put them in bags, put them in a box, and then every month she's going to pull out a bag. And she says even although she put the yarn in, she's still quite excited to see what comes out. And when she opens the skein, she's going to knit something with socks or a hat or fingerless gloves or a shawl or something like that. So these are all great ideas to use up your stash, and I really am needing ideas to use up my stash. So what I'm asking you to do is, if you have links to any patterns, paid or unpaid, I don't care, for things that I can use my full skeins with, my single skeins, you run out of ideas, and so it would be good to know what everybody else is doing and making and stuff like that, and then that'll help me. But other than that, there's not really a lot to say. I have following the hospital visit, I then had a letter from oncology calling for a CT scan. So I thought, well, they've seen something in the x-ray, so Went for the CT scan. And then the following week, I went to see the oncologist. And he said, well, if you hadn't had an x-ray at Christmas, Mrs. Reid, we probably wouldn't have known any better. Because right now you're not showing any major symptoms like weight loss, loss of appetite, being sick, in pain. And I say well, what does that mean? He says, well, compared to your last scan, which you had last year, last October, not October there, the October before that, he said the tumours have got a bit smaller. He says, unfortunately, he says, the cancer is active. I went, all right. And he says, but right now, he says, I'm not willing to do anything. He says, I think what we'll do is we'll just monitor it over the next few months. He says, because as I said, right now, you're not showing any symptoms. If that changes, he says, then yes, we will see you. So I went, right, okay. I says to him, but I am in a lot of pain. I says, I have a lot of pain at my side and under my shoulder blade, near my lung. I said, so, and he says, right, let me show you this. So he showed me the scan picture and he went, do you see that line? And there was this thick black line. And I went, yeah. He says, that's your cracked rib. He says, it is badly cracked. I went, right. And he says, and that's going to take a long time to heal. He says, and that's where your pain's coming from. I went, right, okay then. So the upshot of that is that further down the line, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how quickly it moves, how active it is. And he said I can maybe get 2 days, very short blasts of radiotherapy, just to slow it up. He says it's not going to cure it, it's going to slow it up. And he said the final thing would be chemotherapy. And he said, now I can offer you chemotherapy right now if you want. I'm duty bound to offer you chemotherapy right now. He said, but given the damage done to your lungs, he says we would probably, once we'd started chemotherapy, be sending you to the hospital, to the respiratory. He says where you would probably be in a ventilator and you would probably have a good chance of catching COVID. I says, well, no, I'm not wanting that. And he says, I mean, we'll use it as a last resort further down the line. He said, but right now we're happy to monitor it over the next few months. So, I'm falling to pieces. But however, I woke up this morning and that's good. That was a bonus. I got up this morning. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of people that can say that about their relatives. Their relatives didn't wake up this morning. But however, you just go with the flow and I just take each day as it comes. And apart from the pain of this rib, do you know, it's not so much the pain. I actually hear it cracking. Oh, see if I move my arm a certain way, it actually cracks. Click, click, click. My son was sitting next to me last night and he went, Mum, what's that noise? I said, that's that rib clicking. I don't know how long a cracked rib takes to heal. But they did say, he said if it breaks, Mrs. Reid, he says, we'll bring you in and we'll put a wee cage round it. Well, I wish they would just put a blinking cage round it right now because it's really annoying. You're lying in bed trying to sleep at night and you click, 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 click. Oh my goodness me, I'll tell you, I'm falling to pieces. But no, it's a good job you can laugh, isn't it? But hey ho, there's a lot of people in a worse position than me. Oh dear goodness me, I don't know. But anyway, my friends, it's been really good to talk to you. I've probably talked a whole load of rubbish. And I'm not very good at showing things that... Some people show something that they've done and they talk about it for 10 or 15 minutes. I can't do that. And I hope I haven't forgotten anything. I hope not anyway, because I'm the world's worst now. I finish the podcast and I say, oh, I should have said that. But I hope you're all keeping well. And as I said, that you're staying home and staying safe. It's hard. It is hard, let's face it. There's no two doubts about it. My baby son posted a picture today of one of our Sunday family gatherings for yonks ago before all this started. And he went, don't you just long for a day, a Sunday at Nana's? And I says, yeah, I miss my mad family. And I do miss my family get-togethers. I think we all do. I mean, you know, I FaceTimed Mary, who's my friend and my mentor. Mary's 92 and blind, and Mary's still crafting. I mean, how she does it, I don't know. But she does. Mary will not stop. Nothing will get her down. But her daughter lives with her. Her daughter chose to live with her after Mary's husband died. And she has not seen any of her family for a year and 3 months. That's hard. That is hard. And I take my hat off to her because, you know, she never complains. Never complains. She's always got a smile on her face. So today I decided I phone her twice a week. I used to phone her more often than that, but when you're stuck in the house, there's nothing to talk about. Apart from, what did you have for your dinner? What did you have for your breakfast? What like is the weather up there? So today, I said to her daughter, is it okay if I FaceTime? And Linda went, oh, she would love that. So I FaceTimed and oh, we had a ball. We actually had a ball on that FaceTime. We laughed and we laughed and we laughed. Because Mary had made, Linda's always trying to find crafts that Mary can do because she's unsighted. And she made all these, oh, where are they now? I don't even know where they are. Oh, here they are, here. She made all these beautiful baskets. Look at this. Oops, a bit of ribbon. She made these baskets and she cannot see at all, but she made these baskets. So she says to me, do you want some baskets? And I went, yeah. So my granddaughter, I had bought her some flowers and then I had that baby gift to give her. So my granddaughter ran it round, handed it in at the window at the patio doors. And Mary gave her some baskets. So she brought them home and her mum went away with some of them. So today, I had said to Kimberly, I need a couple of big baskets, like this type of thing. You know what I mean? Why do I need baskets? I don't know. Because this place behind me here at the bottom is full of baskets. My thing at the side here, my trolley at the side here is full of baskets. So when I was on FaceTime and I had said to her and she went, why are you buying baskets? I says, I don't know, Mary. I just bought 2 baskets. So she says, well, I've got at least another 40 baskets here. So I said that Kimberly would go in and get some baskets for her because they're really good. If you're making a gift up for somebody, they're really, really good for something like that, for making a gift up and sending it to somebody. But I'll have a wee look at my book and I think, yep, I think that's about all, except to share a wee bit of love with some of the podcasters. Oh, excuse me. So the first one that I've just discovered, I think she's only just done her 3rd podcast, her 2nd or her 3rd podcast. I'm not very sure which one it is, but it's Ruth Loves to Knit. And this woman can knit. Believe you me, she can knit. She has done test knits for really some famous people. She really has. Her knitting is absolutely beautiful. I'm so, so jealous of the work that she does. So give Ruth a wee watch and a wee thumbs up and subscribe and just help her to get her name out there. So that's Ruth Loves to Knit. Very simple. The other one is Julie at So Unique. Julie's a very talented lady, especially when it comes to making bags and embroidery and things like that, and quilting. Oh, she did some amazing quilts. So that's Julie at So Unique, and she's got a really good sale on in her yarn right now because she's selling off her shop stock. And the other one, I just found it just a couple of weeks ago and I have started to binge watch it. I think I'm only up to about 5 at the moment, but is Little Workroom Crafts. Oh my goodness me, that woman is a hoot. She is, her laugh is so infectious that you laugh even when there's nothing to laugh at, because, but oh, a very, very gifted crafter, very gifted crafter. So I'm really looking forward to seeing more of her. I'm going to watch some more of her episodes, maybe tomorrow, or maybe even later tonight, I don't know. So that's Little Workroom Crafts, and that's Davina. So that's a wee bit of sharing the love, which we all need, don't we? I think that's about all I have to say, except to say my tea's freezing. There we go. So I hope you're all keeping well, and I hope you're all managing to do some crafts. And just, you know, just keep going until it's over, till the lockdown's over. It's all that we can do. So my friends, it's been really good to chat to you. I really have enjoyed it. It's been a wee while, and hopefully not be too long before the next one. So until I see you again, please take care. Be safe, wear your mask, sanitize your hands, look after yourself, because we have to look after ourselves. So until the next time, God bless, and see you soon. TTFN.